Hello guys, welcome to my next tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be talking to you guys about how to format our HTML table using a CSS. So guys, in this tutorial you're gonna learn a lot of cool stuff, but we'll just do a really introduction to CSS right here so that we not go too deep, so you not get confused. Like some of the students that says we really need to go gradually so that we'll get every concept quickly. Sometimes we really need to push ahead, so we have to get quicker and faster in some kind of situations. So guys, if you don't really understand the tutorial that you see, you're free to make your comments in the comment sections, and then I will really improve on the tutorials and on the videos. And the first thing I will recommend to you again, like I said before, if you want to get the clear sound of this, you need to use an earpiece or earphone. So the first thing I want you guys to see in this table is the first time we run this program, what we have is something table looking something like this, which looks like it has an inner table or inner cell with an outer border or something like that. So the easiest way to fix this bug, like I would say, is first and foremost to expand it. We need to use something we call the style equal to you have your quotes, and you have your width, and then you put your width 50%. That's 50 out of 100. So you have it to 50% instead of having pixels, which is really small. So you can increase it fast enough to 50%. If you don't want to use 50%, you can do maybe 1000 pixels px or 2000 px or 3000 px. But to just go faster and wider at once without having to specify manual remember, so I can just go to like 50 px. So when I go to my page and refresh this, it's going to really widen it for me, which is cool, right? The next thing I want you guys to really understand while working with this is something we call the CSS cascading style sheet. That's what CSS stands for. When you hear CSS, you hear of cascading style sheet. It's really nice when working with CSS and HTML. So really what you're learning now is CSS HTML in tables. So the first thing to do while working with CSS is to apply something we call our style tag within our within the head of the HTML. So apply something called the style. The style. So within the style, we do something called what do they call it again? Probably. Now listen, because you want to work with the HTML and then you want to apply certain features to your table, probably to your tr or your th or whatever you want to apply to, the first thing you should apply is the name of what you are working with and what you want it to make a reference to or reflect to. So the first thing I want to work on is the the border, the format of the table. So there's something in CSS we call border dash collapse, and then we have something called collapse. So I want to collapse the whole borders to really reflect it. And then so when I refresh this, you see everything goes in a neat format. So you can see everything assigned in a neat format, which is really, really cool. So to apply another feature or to assign another feature to this, and then maybe I want to apply a feature to like color or something, maybe background color. So this is how CSS can actually give you a background color. Do I have background position? I think I have something called background position. Gives me center. Let's see what happens when I apply background position center. Yeah, really nothing. So but I'm moving to background color so that you see what background color can do. Forget background position, later I'll tell you what that can do. For now we have something called background color, like you all know, and I can apply maybe brown. Brown is not really too bright, so when I go ahead to refresh this, then it gives me the brown for all the positions that I have. So you see, the first feature I applied was separated by semicolon, before I can apply the second picture and specify them, instead of going one after the other to each of them. So you see, I applied all these features to the table itself, but I can go ahead and decide not to apply this feature to the table, maybe just for the only TR class. So everything takes this feature majorly at once. So when I refresh, it gives it just now. The outside tables are not formatted, just within the TR, the rows that are formatted. So I can decide to remove this and put it for the table and table data, and then when I refresh this, it only applies it to the table data, or it doesn't apply it to the the table head. So I can apply it only to the table head, and it also be applicable to the table head. Good. So if I want to apply it to the table head and also to the table row, I can just use a comma, then type the table row, save this hook, and then refresh this on the screen, and then it's applicable. Just go like that. So guys, I hope this really helps you in terms of CSS. There are more to CSS and more to come, and we're going to look at HTML forms and CSS, and then I hope you remember your HTML codes. And guys, thank you for watching, and have a pleasant day ahead.